Hi, Missy. It's Jade here, and I just finished listening to your reading for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. It really did resonate with me, and I'll tell you why. Just kind of interesting, but anyways, I'll go through sort of card by card and what I thought. Hopefully this isn't too glary here. Yeah, I'll go through card by card and tell you sort of where my thoughts were. But it was a great reading. It definitely got to the heart of me. There was a lot to it. So anyway, so for the first question, I think you said that you got the feeling I was holding myself back. It's the time I can't wait for the perfect time. I have to sort of let myself shine. I guess this was one card that at first I was feeling like, sorry, I'm just going to try to pull up the questions here because I'm on my phone and I didn't prepare properly. But anyways, I think this one card was the one that at first I was like, I'm not quite sure. But then the more that, as you went through the reading and just sort of talked through the themes, I'm like, yeah, okay, that does really make sense. Okay, so the first one was, what do you need to banish from your life? And I forget what the card was. For some reason, I didn't write that one down. But I guess so. What I heard was, what I need to banish my life is the holding myself back. And I do feel like sometimes I do that for sure. At work, I have been trying for the past year to purposely hold myself back because I want my team to sort of learn from their own mistakes. In some cases, I do have control freak tendencies at work, anyways, maybe not at home, but I do have those tendencies, and so I've been purposely trying to do that. But in some cases, maybe I let things go. I let things go too far, and I should step in earlier or do a little bit more coaching, which will give people, the members of my team, the ability to learn, I guess, and to grow a little bit more into themselves. But I do definitely have that tendency to hold myself back. It's always about the kids. It's always about other people and helping other people shine. Yeah, I know my husband has told me in the past as well, hey, you really should, you should speak up more. You should, bring your thoughts more to the table. So it's been a balancing act. Oh, that was the Seven of Swords. Sorry. I wrote my notes as you were going through, and I still have a bit of a migraine. So, also you mentioned the confidence issue, and feeling like others may not be receptive. That piece actually totally struck home because I do always have that imposter syndrome, I think you call it. So, I do many times feel like, oh, you know what, there's no point in sharing this because other people have already thought about it, or, that won't be receptive, so I do hold myself back in that respect. So definitely, excuse me, that was definitely spot on. The second question was the crossroads was something that needed to change in your life. And for this, you pulled the Page of Pentacles. And what you said about, I've been planting the seeds and now I need to reap the rewards. I have a team of supporters. I'm visionary. I have insight. I've been putting in some hard work, so it's time to move forward. That was absolutely spot on, like spot on. So the question I'd asked was specifically about my career, my work. We've been having some issues at work with the team, and all of those issues are around making changes for a better future. So sort of a bit of a reorganization, some shifting of priorities, and putting procedures and policies in place that weren't there before, all for the benefit of future rewards, I guess. And I'm always looking ahead. I'm always looking at that next step. And I guess like just going back to the now you need to reap the rewards. I think now it is time for me to step back and just sort of let it go. Stop trying to have that control over it. Things are ready. I don't need to wait anymore or put more controls in place. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm fuzzy. I've had a migraine and whatnot, and some other issues. So my brain hasn't been fully operational. So hopefully I'm making some sense. The third question was about seance, so a message from my ancestor, the wheel, again, going back to the control freak and can't wait for the perfect moment. Again, totally spot on. I need to let things go and just accept that things won't be perfect. And that's okay. Accepting that that's okay part is the hard part for me, but I think it's good for my development, I guess. Okay, so question 4 was ritual, your magic power, and how to enhance your spirituality. You pulled the 6 of Pentacles. So you talked about sharing my talents and what I've planted, put myself out there. This was the one I'm not 100%. I have to listen to it again, I think, to your reading again, and remind myself exactly what you said. I just wrote those 2 lines there, and I've sort of been thinking about each one as you went through, but then also a little bit afterwards. This one here, so in terms of my spirituality, sorry, I'm not used to filming myself, so looking at myself in the camera is a little bit disconcerting to me. So if I'm not looking straight at you, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. But I guess in terms of spirituality, for me, I've been really looking at that. I was deeply, I was raised Catholic in Rome. That means something different than it does here for some reason. People in North America, I don't know. For some reason it seems quite different. But having said that, I've had my own troubles with the Catholic Church, and I've lately been, I've lately been really thinking about what I believe, what I want out of life. And for me, I strongly believe that, like things like the Bible, that they were written by men, right? So is it the absolute truth with a capital T? I don't believe so. I do believe in the basics, and Jesus Christ and Mary and God and all of that stuff, but I also believe that there are other things. So I've been going back. I've always been pulled to the Roman pantheon. My family goes back to Roman times, and I've always been pulled to the Roman pantheon for some reason, just even growing up in Italy. And lately I've been exploring that a little bit more. But also, interestingly enough, I had pulled away for several years from the church, and have lately been thinking about it more. Not in the, go to church every Sunday kind of way, but just sort of, my own prayers and my own thoughts and my own spirituality and that. So I've been sort of coming back that way, but also approaching spirituality from other avenues. And in terms of the magical powers, I feel a bit like I've been going through a bit of an awakening. So both on the spirituality side, but also I do believe that I have some gifts, even though it is hard for me to believe, that kind of thing. Again, the imposter syndrome, right? But also things have happened that I can't explain via science. So that, so I've been doing a lot of research. I'm just a baby. I've just been doing a lot of research, and I am trying to share my talents or share what I've learned, I guess, through the YouTube channel. So right now I've just been sticking to tarot. Who knows if we'll get somewhere else. Anyway, so question 5 was love spell, forecast your love life, and the 10 of Cups. That was so nice. Thank you so much for pulling that. The last year was probably the toughest year in our marriage. It just so much happened. I call it the Tower year, and man, we made it through that. But lately things have been a lot better, and there's been definitely a lot of sweet and tender moments, and so for me, seeing that this is sort of going to continue and only get better in the next year sort of really gave me a good feeling. So thank you. And question 6 was a look ahead to the best events in the coming year. It was funny that you pulled the Knight of Wands, and then that's not, the travel wasn't where my mind went to when I saw that card. But of course, like, you're the one who's doing the reading, so that's fine. But it was interesting because it is our, next year is our 20th anniversary. And, we've been talking about going on a big trip, so going on a safari. I've always wanted to go on safari, and so yes, that's a possibility. I don't know if it'll happen, but we've been thinking about that. So when you said, you're going to go on an adventure, that was pretty awesome. Anyways, thank you so much for the reading. I think, like I said, good job. I'm a newbie myself, so great job. The reading was definitely spot on, and I definitely enjoyed swapping readings with you. If you want to do this again, I'm all for it, because the more practice we get, the better, especially in terms of practicing for other people. Oh, your presentation was great, by the way. It was spot on. You explained everything very well, and you looked at the cameras better than I could do. I didn't have a good setup, so that's why I just kept everything looking at the cards. But yeah, anyway, so thank you very much again, and have an awesome day.